Let me ask you something that might sound a little familiar. You start your morning with the same small ritual, maybe before breakfast, maybe with your tea. You reach for those bottles lined up neatly on the counter, the ones you've trusted for years. You take your pills, feeling a little bit safer, a little more in control. But what if I told you that one of those healthy habits might quietly be working against you? I've had more than a few patients in their 70s and 80s come in with symptoms they couldn't quite explain: fatigue, dizziness, sudden bruising, pressure in the chest. Nothing dramatic at first, just odd, subtle, easy to dismiss as just getting older. But when we looked closer, the culprit wasn't a new disease. It was something they thought was helping them, something they had been taking for years without question. See, after 70, your body begins to handle things differently. Your kidneys and liver slow down. Your sensitivity to certain compounds increases. And what once felt like a vitamin boost can turn into a dangerous overload, not overnight, but quietly, slowly, and silently. That's what makes it so dangerous. It hides behind routine. And the real problem? No one tells you when that line gets crossed. So today, I'm going to walk you through 4 supplements that many seniors still take, and why they may no longer be safe for your age group. Not to scare you, but to empower you. Because understanding how your body changes after 70 isn't a warning, it's a gift. But before I show you the full list and what to do instead, let me tell you why this might be the most important health conversation you've had all year. If you've been taking the same supplements for years without a second thought, I understand. You made those choices because you care about your bones, your energy, your heart, your mood. And for a time, they may have helped. But your body isn't the same as it was at 60. And that means your supplement routine shouldn't be either. This channel exists to help you stay informed without the noise, without the fear, just clear, age-specific health guidance that respects your wisdom and supports your independence. So if this message spoke to something you felt, confusion about what's truly safe, or frustration over conflicting advice, I invite you to join this community. Subscribe and stay with us as we explore what really supports senior health. And in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. What supplement do you take every day, and have you ever wondered if it's still right for you? Your story might help someone else take a life-saving second look. Imagine waking up one morning feeling more sluggish than usual. You remember that boost of energy you got from an iron tablet last week, so you take another before breakfast. But as the days go by, you notice your stomach aches more frequently. Your joints feel stiff when you bend, and you find yourself unusually breathless after climbing just one flight of stairs. It's tempting to chalk this up to aging, but in reality, routinely taking iron supplements when you don't actually need them can silently tip the scales towards serious health complications. In younger adults, iron tablets can correct anemia and restore energy levels. After 70, however, the body systems shift in subtle but crucial ways. Your stomach lining becomes more sensitive, making it harder to process supplemental iron without irritation. Your kidneys and liver, responsible for filtering excess minerals, slow down. When iron accumulates instead of being excreted, it catalyzes a process called oxidative stress, essentially rusting your tissues from the inside out. This contributes to inflammation in blood vessels, making clots more likely and placing extra strain on your heart. Consider Mary, a spirited 72-year-old who adored her daily morning walk. She began taking iron because she thought it would combat fatigue. Within months, her energy plummeted and she found herself dizzy and short of breath. Her doctor discovered iron levels twice the normal range. Months of iron overload had inflamed her arteries and stressed her heart. Once she stopped the supplement and adjusted her diet, Mary's symptoms gradually receded and she regained her morning stamina. To avoid ending up in a similar scenario, the first step is testing. A simple blood panel will reveal whether your iron stores are low, adequate, or dangerously high. If your levels are in a healthy range, focus on iron-rich foods like lean meats, beans, and dark leafy greens rather than pills. Getting nutrients through meals allows the body to regulate absorption naturally, latching on to the iron you need and discarding the rest. If you do require supplementation, talk to your physician about an appropriate dosage and form. Many seniors benefit more from lower doses taken intermittently than high-dose iron every day. Pairing iron with vitamin C from foods like oranges or peppers can improve absorption, reducing the need for larger amounts. And always take iron supplements with food to cushion your stomach, rather than on an empty stomach where irritation and indigestion are most likely to occur. Even small lifestyle habits can help your body manage iron. Staying hydrated ensures smoother blood flow and reduces the concentration of minerals in your bloodstream. Gentle, weight-bearing exercises like walking or light resistance training encourage healthy red blood cell production without prompting excessive iron absorption. And if you're on other medications, such as blood thinners or heart drugs, make sure your doctor knows about every supplement you take to avoid harmful interactions. Mistaking more as better can have serious consequences. By confirming whether you actually need supplemental iron, using the right dose, and leaning on a balanced diet, you protect your organs from undue stress and keep your heart and vessels in their best possible shape. Having addressed the hidden perils of unnecessary iron, let's turn our attention to a seemingly harmless antioxidant that can bring unexpected dangers in high doses after 70. In our next section, we'll explore why excessive vitamin E may be doing more harm than good. When vitamin E first rose to prominence, many of us welcomed it as an all-star antioxidant, defending our cells from damage and even supporting heart health. It was easy to believe that if a little helped, more must be better, especially when brochures promised it could slow aging and protect against chronic disease. But after 70, your body's capacity to process fat-soluble nutrients shifts in ways that make high-dose vitamin E a potential hazard rather than a harmless boost. Vitamin E accumulates in body tissues instead of being excreted quickly. This storage quality is part of what makes it powerful. Steady levels of the nutrient help neutralize free radicals. Yet in older adults, slower liver and kidney function can allow excess vitamin E to linger, interfering with the body's delicate balance of clotting factors. In younger, healthier people, a higher intake might simply tip the scales in favor of reduced inflammation. But for seniors already on blood thinners, or those prone to easy bruising, those extra milligrams can become the difference between a minor scrape and an internal bleed. Imagine Clara, a lively 75-year-old who always prided herself on her independence. She began taking 800 IU of vitamin E daily, convinced it would keep her heart steady. Within weeks, she noticed tiny bruises appearing on her arms and legs. She shrugged it off until a minor fall left her with a deep bruise on her hip that seemed to spread, accompanied by lingering pain. A visit to her doctor revealed that her blood was unusually slow to clot, a direct effect of her high-dose vitamin E interacting with her prescription blood thinner. Clara's story is a vivid reminder that what works at 50 doesn't always translate at 70. Instead of relying on large capsules, seniors can often achieve protective effects by focusing on vitamin E-rich foods. Nuts like almonds and walnuts, seeds, and leafy greens deliver the nutrient in a form the body can absorb and regulate more naturally. And for those with specific deficiencies, a doctor-guided plan that uses moderate doses, perhaps 100 to 200 IU rather than 800, can reduce any bleeding risk. If you're uncertain about your vitamin E status, ask your physician for a blood test that measures your levels. If supplementation is recommended, take it with a meal containing healthy fats. This improves absorption so you can take lower amounts. And if you notice signs of easy bleeding or bruising for no clear reason, pause your supplements and consult a healthcare professional. Sometimes it only takes reducing the dose by half to restore balance. It's also wise to review all your medications with your doctor or pharmacist. Many seniors are on multiple prescriptions, blood thinners, cholesterol drugs, and even over-the-counter pain relievers. Vitamin E can potentiate the effects of these medications, increasing the risk of gastrointestinal bleeding or hemorrhagic stroke. By keeping an up-to-date list of everything you take and discussing it openly with your care team, you stay in control of your health rather than leaving it to chance or overwhelming manufacturer warnings. The broader lesson here is that age changes more than our gray hairs. It transforms how our bodies absorb, store, and excrete nutrients. High-dose vitamin E, once a symbol of youthful vitality, can become a hidden danger if it's not adjusted to fit the rhythms of a septuagenarian's metabolism. By seeking balance, through food, appropriate dosing, and professional guidance, you harness the benefits of vitamin E without risking the very health you intend to protect. Next, we'll turn to an herb many seniors reach for to lift their spirits, St. John's wort. Although it seems natural and gentle, its potential to disrupt medications and hormonal balance makes it a surprising contender on our list of supplements to reconsider after 70. St. John's wort has long been celebrated as a gentle, natural mood enhancer, often recommended to lift spirits without the side effects of prescription antidepressants. But as our bodies age, the way we respond to herbal remedies shifts in profound ways. You might remember the first time you heard about its promise. A friend or well-meaning article suggested it could brighten your outlook, ease mild anxiety, or nudge you out of a seasonal slump. Yet after 70, St. John's wort can pose hidden threats, especially when it mingles with the other medications many seniors depend on. The active ingredients in St. John's wort, primarily hypericin and hyperforin, interact directly with brain chemistry. They boost levels of serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine, chemicals linked to mood regulation. In younger adults, this often translates to measurable relief from low-level depression or worry. But those same compounds also influence liver enzymes, especially the cytochrome P450 family, which govern how quickly drugs are broken down. By speeding up or blocking these pathways, St. John's wort can radically alter the effectiveness of prescription medications, sometimes without any obvious warning. Imagine Dorothy, an energetic 78-year-old retired teacher who started taking St. John's wort after feeling unusually down during winter. She was already on warfarin to prevent blood clots, along with a low-dose heart medication and a statin for cholesterol. At first, everything seemed fine. She felt a gentle lift in her mood and even joked that the winter blues were finally fading. But a few weeks later, she discovered her blood tests showed subtherapeutic anticoagulation. Her warfarin levels had dropped, leaving her at higher risk for dangerous clots. Meanwhile, her chest tightened one evening, and tests revealed that the heart medication she relied on was barely registering in her bloodstream. All because St. John's wort accelerated her liver's processing power. This scenario highlights two critical issues. First, the speed at which aging organs process supplements and drugs changes dramatically after 70. Second, many seniors inadvertently combine herbal and pharmaceutical treatments without realizing the interaction risks. What begins as a benign mood aid can quickly become a disruptor of carefully balanced medication regimens. And because symptoms like increased fatigue, chest discomfort, or slight swelling can be attributed to aging, the true culprit, this herb, often goes unrecognized until serious complications arise. To protect yourself, start by discussing any herbal supplements with your healthcare provider, even those deemed natural. Ask specifically about potential interactions with your existing prescriptions. If you or your doctor suspect that St. John's wort may pose a risk, consider safer alternatives. Lifestyle approaches, such as light therapy for seasonal mood shifts, gentle mindfulness exercises, or a tailored exercise program, can provide mood support without the same interaction potential. Cognitive behavioral techniques and social engagement. Joining a book club, volunteering, or reconnecting with old friends offer valuable emotional benefits that don't run through your liver's metabolic pathways. For those who still wish to explore herbal relief, lower doses might carry fewer risks, though this remains a gray area without solid dosing guidelines for seniors. Keeping a detailed log of every supplement and medication you take, noting any new symptoms or changes in mood, can help your doctor adjust your regimen proactively rather than reactively. Remember, there's strength in informed choice. Embracing natural remedies doesn't have to mean exposing yourself to hidden dangers. By staying curious, keeping open communication with your care team, and exploring holistic support methods, you maintain control over your health journey, even when recipes for well-being sound familiar and comforting. Now that we've uncovered the surprising hazards lurking in St. John's wort, let's turn our attention to our fourth and final topic: the risks of excess calcium supplementation and why too much of a good thing can backfire after 70. You've probably heard that calcium is a guardian of bone health, a shield against fractures, and a staple in preventing osteoporosis. It feels reassuring to swallow that pill, believing you're fortifying your skeleton. But after 70, the story changes. Your kidneys, which filter excess minerals from your bloodstream, lose efficiency with age. What remains doesn't just vanish. It can settle in places you don't want it, turning an ally into an adversary. Picture Helen, an active 74-year-old who faithfully took high-dose calcium supplements each morning. She believed she was doing everything right to protect her bones after a friend's recent hip fracture. Yet after a few months, she began experiencing persistent stomach cramps and heartburn. At first, she blamed it on diet or the occasional cup of coffee, but then she noticed that long walks left her more winded than usual. Concerned, she mentioned these symptoms to her doctor, who ordered blood tests. Helen's calcium levels were elevated, and imaging revealed tiny calcified deposits beginning to form in her kidneys and along her heart's valves. Those deposits didn't appear overnight. Excess calcium in the bloodstream slowly crystals into stones, earning a reputation for causing excruciating kidney pain. But the real danger lies in vascular calcification, hardening of the blood vessel walls that should remain elastic. When arteries stiffen, blood pressure climbs. The heart must strain harder with each beat, and the risk of heart attack or stroke rises. It's a betrayal of the very supplement meant to preserve health. What's happening inside the body is a shift in chemical balance. Calcium isn't simply inert. It works in tandem with phosphorus, magnesium, and vitamin D. In younger individuals, these nutrients dance in harmony. After 70, that choreography falters. If you take large calcium doses without food, without balancing magnesium intake, or without adequate hydration, the extra mineral stays in your blood instead of being absorbed by bones or transported away by the kidneys. Helen's remedy was threefold. First, she paused her supplement and refocused on calcium-rich foods: yogurt, fortified plant milks, sardines with bones, and leafy greens, sources that deliver calcium more gradually and in concert with other nutrients. Food also contains natural regulators like oxalates and phytates, which slow absorption just enough to keep levels steady. Second, she increased her water intake, knowing that good hydration encourages kidneys to flush out excess before it crystallizes. Third, her doctor recommended a lower dose form of calcium citrate, taken with meals rather than on an empty stomach, reducing spikes in blood concentration. If you've never checked your calcium levels, now might be the time. A fasting blood test and, if needed, a 24-hour urine collection will show how well your kidneys handle the mineral. Your doctor can compare those results to bone density tests to confirm whether your intake supports skeletal strength without risking overflow into your vessels. Even simple lifestyle tweaks can tip the balance. Weight-bearing exercises like dancing or gentle resistance training signal bones to draw in the calcium they need. Magnesium-rich foods, nuts, seeds, and whole grains help calcium find the right destination. Vitamin D, ideally from a modest amount of sun exposure or a low-dose supplement, ensures calcium doesn't linger aimlessly in your bloodstream. Most importantly, keep an open dialogue with your healthcare team about every pill you swallow. If you're on medications for blood pressure or heart conditions, calcium can interact subtly and increase the likelihood of side effects. A pharmacist review can spot potential clashes and help you adjust timing, perhaps taking calcium at a different time than certain medications to avoid absorption conflicts. It may feel unsettling to reconsider a supplement you trusted, but this isn't about guilt, it's about precision. Just as you would fine-tune a cherished recipe to suit changing tastes, your supplement regimen needs adjustment to suit changing bodies. By monitoring your levels, prioritizing food sources, hydrating well, and aligning form and timing with your unique needs, you protect your bones and your heart in equal measure. You've just unveiled the hidden risks lurking in supplements many of us have trusted for years. Iron without actual deficiency can burden your heart and blood vessels. High-dose vitamin E may tip the delicate balance of clotting and bleeding. St. John's wort can sabotage the medications you rely on. And excess calcium can harden the very arteries meant to nourish your body. Yet this knowledge isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to empower you. Knowing how your body changes after 70 gives you a compass to navigate health choices with confidence. You can ask the right questions, insist on the tests you need, and adjust your habits so every pill you take works in harmony with your unique physiology. This isn't about rejecting supplements wholesale. It's about matching them precisely to your changing needs and weaving them into a balanced, nourishing lifestyle. Imagine starting each day with clarity, knowing that your supplements were chosen thoughtfully, based on real lab results and professional guidance. Picture meals rich in natural sources of iron and calcium, recipes that deliver vitamin E in balanced doses, and mood support strategies that sidestep risky interactions. Envision a routine where a simple glass of water, a few minutes of light movement, and a moment of calm reinforce the safety and efficacy of every step you take. Every small change compounds over time. By replacing guesswork with careful monitoring, by favoring whole foods when possible, and by keeping open dialogue with your healthcare team, you gain back control over your health journey. The fear of hidden dangers gives way to the satisfaction of precision and the confidence of informed choice. This moment marks a turning point. You're not at the mercy of confusing advice or one-size-fits-all recommendations. You now possess the insight to transform your supplement regimen into a tailored plan that honors your body's wisdom. With each informed decision, you strengthen your independence, sharpen your well-being, and ensure that every day is powered by safe, effective support. If this guide helped you see the hidden risks in common supplements, please hit the like button and share it with a friend who might be taking pills without knowing the dangers. Sharing this information helps protect our community and empowers others to make safer, more informed choices. Don't forget to subscribe and tap the notification bell so you won't miss future videos tailored to seniors' health and well-being. In the comments, let me know which supplement you plan to discuss with your doctor first or share any experiences you've had. Your insights could save someone's life. Thank you for watching and for taking control of your health. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, stay informed, stay empowered, and stay well.